Welcome back to Culinary Arts class with yours truly, Chef TKO. This is take 2, by the way, because we're going over all of the mother sauces, right? Okay, so previously we went ahead and talked about our roux, we talked about our bechamel, and we talked about our veloute or veloute sauce, right? And those are 2 light colored sauces, correct? Now, the next sauce that we're gonna go ahead and talk about is gonna be our Hollandaise sauce. Very easy to break, okay? Already broke it. A chef is not a chef unless they actually admit that they break sauces, and it's true. Any of the secondary sauces, they're always, most of the time, finished off with cold butter, okay? It adds a really good, nice mouthfeel. It's velvety, it's smooth, and a really beautiful sheen to it, okay? Now, you can take that too far, and you can break the sauce as well. Now, with Hollandaise sauce, that is made strictly with egg yolks, hot butter, and acid. In this case, it's going to be lemon. Now, when you break that sauce, there's no turning around, okay? Why is that? You might be wondering. How can you break a Hollandaise sauce? Well, let me just take you right over here for a second. You'll see that I've got a different way of cooking today. Today, we're not going to be using a roux, right? I've got a bain-marie going on, so I've got basically a double broiler, right? So with that being said, we cannot directly put egg yolks on heat. Why? We scramble it, okay? So I've got my butter hot, and that's what I did earlier. The way that I broke my Hollandaise sauce is because I scrambled it on accident, right? So I've got some hot butter. Why hot butter? Because I'm gonna temper in that temperature right into my hot egg yolk that I have right in my double broiler. And I'm gonna go ahead, stir that in nice and slowly because my egg yolk and my butter is creating an emulsification. Now, you're probably wondering, well, Chef, what is an emulsification? I'm pretty sure that a lot of y'all honestly eat an emulsified product on the regular without even knowing about it, okay? So who here likes sandwiches or burgers or anything? I know you do. Yeah. So mayonnaise is an emulsified product. Now, an emulsion is a mixture of 2 or more liquids that is normally immersible or unmixable or unblendable. So what we're doing right now is we are going to make this blend together regardless of what happens, okay? We're gonna try to feed this hot butter into these egg yolks as much as possible until right to that breaking point, okay? So that being said, a lot of other products we use on a daily is an emulsified product. So Italian dressing. Who here likes Italian dressing? I don't. Give me some ranch all day. Now, Italian dressing is an emulsified product. You can see the 2 liquids. You always have to shake it right up to go ahead and get that together, right? And then it easily just separates. Same thing with Hollandaise sauce. Except in this case, it stays emulsified unless you break it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take you right over to my other station. And the only ingredients that we're really gonna need to use today are gonna be these beautiful eggs. And I wanna go ahead and give a shout out and say thank you to Miss Cox, our librarian at Waller High School, for providing these beautiful eggs, okay? These actually came from her farm, so they are free range. They're directly from there. They're beautiful, honestly. That's why they're 2 different colors, okay? Now, when we go ahead and separate them, one, you'll notice that the egg yolk is more orange than yellow. Also, you will see how to properly separate an egg yolk from the white. Now, one thing you'll notice is that with eggs, salmonella is a really big thing. So I do have my, oh, I found it. I've got my hand washing bath right here, full of hot sudsy water. And I've got my runaway egg right here. Today, I'm only gonna use 1 egg. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna set this beautiful guy right to the side. And I'm gonna go ahead and take that and I'm gonna plop it right in between, my phalanges. And I'm gonna let that go right in between until there is no more egg white, all right? See that? Right there. Now, I'm gonna take that, set that to the side. I am going to go ahead and wash my hands because sanitation is always key. You will notice that when I started this video, I had everything sanitized and everything like my mise en place ready to go, right? So the next thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and spray down my station with my sanitization fluid because I'm not trying to catch no salmonella. I'm gonna make sure that that is beautifully cleaned up, right? And take that, clean that right off. All right, so I've got this going. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this on. Remember, accuracy, not speed. And I'm gonna go ahead and bring this up. Not gonna bring it up to a boil, not gonna bring it up to a simmer. I just want a light bubble, okay? Now, first things first is I'm gonna go ahead and take my egg yolk that we've got right here. Do you see the color difference? It's beautiful, right? I'm gonna plop that right in. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of acidity to it. The acidity adds a really good flavor while also adds a really good preservative, okay? Now you'll also notice I'm using an actual regular whisk. This is mainly because with a French whisk that has that tip, I don't need to get into the corners because you'll notice that this whisk gets all the way around where I need it, right? So what we're really gonna try to avoid is to scramble it, okay? So you'll see right here, I've got a very nice liquid egg yolk that has beautifully been a little bit aerated. Now, the more you whisk, the more air bubbles you'll get, which is nice, okay? We want to aerate this because the more we aerate, the more butter we can fit into this, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and I'm going to do a light stream. And I'm just gonna whisk it in very slowly. Oh, it's already looking really nice. Now, the lighter it gets, the more air you know is incorporated. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and just take this, and I'm gonna do a nice little drizzle right inside, kind of like making mayonnaise. And I'm gonna try to incorporate as much melted butter as possible without breaking the actual sauce. When you start to see a little bit of the film from the butter, stop. Just stop. Can you tell that color difference? Let me go ahead and pull this aside. You'll see how it's already gotten lighter. All right, I don't know if you can tell from my point of view, but I definitely can. At this point, I'm gonna go ahead and take more of my acid, and I'm gonna put that right in there. Whoa, I forgot about the seeds, yo. Let's go ahead and fish those bad boys out. It happens to the best of us, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and whip that right in. And remember, I'm on a very low temperature, okay? So you'll see I went ahead and incorporated all that in, and it's getting lighter and lighter as we speak. So the next thing that I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna keep adding my clarified butter. And I'm gonna do a slow, steady stream. And we just keep going. This is how you work out your forearms, right? Now, you can tell that it's getting very, very, very thick. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go ahead and whisk it super quick. Now you'll notice that it's pretty thick and it's very light. So how do I counterbalance that thickness when we've already incorporated all that air? Do you see how thick that is? Very thick, right? So now what I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and take my heat, I'm gonna turn it off. I'm gonna add my acid one more time right into it. And this time I'm gonna add quite a bit, right? Along with 3 other seeds that I will now remove. And I'm gonna go ahead and whisk that right in. I'm gonna add more acid because I want the sauce to be a little bit thinner. Take out those seeds. Nobody wants to choke on some seeds. I don't know why I always forget the seeds. And I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of that and I'm gonna incorporate it together. Now, the one thing you'll notice is with hollandaise sauce is it's a much more thicker consistency. Can you tell by that? That is a perfect hollandaise sauce, all right? Now, quickly, what I am gonna go ahead and do is I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of cayenne, not white pepper, and I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Be careful with the salt because we still don't wanna break the actual sauce. All right. And now, onto the plating. What I'm gonna do is I will take you right back down to my prep area. I made that dirty a little bit. When you dirty a plate, please clean it up. Do not serve me a dirty, hot, or cold plate. If it's a cold item that you are serving me, serve me a cold plate. Hot item, hot plate. Boom. I would say that that is a very successful hollandaise sauce. Wouldn't you agree? All right. Second attempt for the hollandaise sauce, but you know what? They usually say third time's the charm, but I got it on the second time, right? So, you have any questions, you know what to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. And I hope that this helps you with your demonstration for your hollandaise sauce. We'll see you next time.